These 50 Henry Ford quotes will change your life. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Wealth, like happiness, is never attained when sought after directly. It comes as a byproduct of providing a useful service. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Everyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. Money will ruin the life of any man who treats it like anything but a tool with which to work. You can't build a reputation on what you are going to do. If you think you can do a thing, or think you can't do a thing, you're right. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason so few engage in it. Hard knocks have a place and value, but hard thinking goes farther in less time. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. An idealist is a person who helps other people to be prosperous. The Depression was just a state of mind. It is over for everyone who has changed his state of mind. Greatest thing we can produce is character. Everything else can be taken from us, but not our character. Any man can learn anything he will, but no man can teach except to those who want to learn. If the people really set their minds on anything, it is impossible to prevent their getting what they want. If there is any one secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from that person's angle as well as from your own. The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do and then do it. It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. The best way is always the simplest. The addicts of the world are cluttered up with complicated failures. To do more for the world than the world does for you, that is success. The short successes that can be gained in a brief time and without difficulty are not worth much. The highest use of capital is not to make more money, but to make money do more for the betterment of life. A business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. It is not the employer who pays the wages. Employers only handle the money. It is the customer who pays the wages. A market is never saturated with a good product, but it is very quickly saturated with the bad one. Two classes of people lose money: those who are too weak to guard what they have, those who win money by trick. They both lose in the end. An imitation may be quite successful in its own way, but imitation can never be success. Success is a first-hand creation. Vision without execution is just hallucination. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. I do not believe a man can ever leave his business. He ought to think of it by day and dream of it by night. Those who stop marketing to save money are like those who stop a clock to save time. If money is your hope for independence, you will never have it. The only real security that a man will have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. Most people spend more time and energy going around problems than in trying to solve them. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off the goals. Chop your own wood, and it will warm you twice. Don't find fault. Find a remedy. Anybody can complain. The only thing you can give a man without hurting him is an opportunity. Greatest thing in life is experience. Even mistakes have value. You can't learn in school what the world is going to do next year. Businessmen go down with their businesses because they like the old way so well they cannot change. There is joy in work. There is no happiness except in the realization that we have accomplished something. You can do anything if you have enthusiasm. 3 rules. I do not eat too much. I do not worry too much. And if I do my best, I believe that what happens, happens for the best. Money is like an arm or leg. Use it or lose it. Quality means doing it right when no one is looking. The competitor to be feared is one who never bothers about you at all, but goes on making his own business better all the time. My best friend is the one who brings out the best in me. The man who will use his skill and constructive imagination to see how much he can give for $1 instead of how little he can give for $1 is bound to succeed. Power and machinery, money and goods are useful only as they set us free to live. One who fears failure limits his activities. Failure is the only opportunity to more intelligently begin again. Those who walk with God always reach their destination. A man's real education begins after he has left school. True education is gained through the discipline of life. Money doesn't change men, it merely unmasks them. If a man is naturally selfish or arrogant or greedy, the money brings that out. That's all. I think that much of the advice given to young men about saving money is wrong. I never saved a cent until I was 40 years old. I invested in myself, in study, in mastering my tools, in preparation. Many a man who is putting a few dollars a week into a bank would do much better to put it into himself. Patience and foresight are the two most important qualities in business. You can take my factories, burn my buildings, but give me my people and I'll build the business right back again. Paying attention to simple little things that most men neglect makes a few men rich. There are two fools in this world. One is the millionaire who thinks that by hoarding money, he can somehow accumulate real power. And the other is the penniless reformer who thinks that if only he can take the money from one class and give it to another, all the world's ills will be cured.